Hey guys, welcome back on my channel. Today we are going to talk about a question that people have asked me for over the last 4 years. And with this video I just wanna make everything clear. And the actual question is, why do you show off your leg that much? Yeah, I always have got this question because most people in prosthetics are trying to cover them up, and this basically happens with like putting foam around it that has the shape of like a normal leg, or people wear long trousers, and you have, you know, many possibilities to cover up your prosthetic. And actually I've never done any of that. I have always walked around like I do. You can always see my prosthetic, and I basically just cut off all of my jeans and trousers because in my opinion it just looks way better. So first of all, I want to make clear the reason I do this is because it's not the reason why I do this. It's something that went really natural for me, and it never has been like a choice, like I'm not going to cover it up. I just did it the way I did it, and that is just something that felt good to me. And that's basically because this is me, and my prosthetic is part of who I am, and I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not afraid of showing it. I'm not afraid for showing my prosthetic because I'm completely fine with my prosthetic, and I'm okay with people looking at it. I'm okay with people seeing my prosthetic, and I'm not going to hide it because it makes me who I am. And I just have one leg, so I'm not going to try to look like someone with 2 legs because that's just not me. And you know, one of the things I always say to people who ask me like, yeah, why don't you cover it up? Like, what's your reason for that? I always say, every little kid looked at a Marvel movie, saw Iron Man and wanted to be Iron Man. Everyone loved robots and Iron Man and all these robot superheroes, and we all wanted to be one of them. And now me being Iron Man and going to cover it up, like, dude, no. It's just like, I'm freaking Iron Man, I'm a freaking robot, and I just love that. I just love being a freaking robot. It's just, I love being me. Besides that, I think, you know, showing off a prosthetic the way I do can also break standards, and it can also change the conceptions about people with disabilities. Because what you see is that a lot of people think you have a really tough life on a prosthetic, or you have a really tough life in a wheelchair, but let's keep it to prosthetics in this video. And people think there might be things you cannot do, and people think you maybe can do things you cannot do, and people already have so much in mind what I should and shouldn't do with my prosthetic. And I think by living my life and doing everything I do, and you know, to do that while I show off my prosthetic, people can actually see that there are like barely no boundaries for me, and that I can just jump on a trampoline if I want to, and that I can just go to the grocery store to buy food, because, you know, a lot of people think you will just stay in your house all of the time. I just skateboard on my prosthetic, and just like showing people that it's possible to do all these things, and also to show that there isn't a big difference between me and them. The only difference there is that we look different, but every single person look different, so it isn't even really about my prosthetic. And I'm just trying to let them see that I'm just a normal girl, and I'm just living my life and doing everything I want to do. And I think that is a way of actually changing the conceptions and changing the standard of what we have in mind of people with prosthetics. Beside that, something I've been really focusing on the last year is making my own clothes, and especially designing more of my own clothes. And what you can see in the items I make, I will put like some pictures here. On every single design I made, the left leg is short, like from trousers the left leg is short. On a skirt the left leg will be shown, and in every item I make I don't cover up the left leg. And that's not because everyone has a prosthetic, because there are not a lot of people like me. It's not because I just make the items for me. It's because legs are freaking sexy, my opinion. And I'm like, yeah, I can show my leg off, you can do it as well, we can all show our legs. And it's just part of my designs, and that's not because I make it for people with prosthetics, or that I make it for me. That's just because I don't want to make a difference between me and you, or me and another person. So it's just something that rolled in, because I started, you know, first I started designing for myself, and then I put these items on other people, and then I was like, oh, but it actually looks fine on everyone, as you can see on the pictures. Like, it actually looks pretty cool. And I also got a couple of drawings over here, and actually here you see the exact same thing again. So my sketchbook, but as you can see here, it's even the right leg, but this pair is like, it's shorter over here than it is there, because it's just like that. Even though these are already short, so you will already see my leg, I still made one side shorter, because I just like the dynamic look of it. In my other dummy I've got some more drawings. Here I do have another design. Again, left leg short. And I have a drawing of a dress over here. Again, one leg showing off. And it doesn't even look weird, because I make my drawings with models with two legs. So it's just something I do, and I think it looks good on everyone. It just gives something special to the look. But I think by, you know, the way I'm doing it, because people see me and my leg, and then they see my designs, and they're like, oh, she really doesn't make a difference between her and other people, and her designs and these from other people. And beside that, something I want to get out of this world is, people are like, yeah, you can just like roll it over. It just looks different. Even though if I would cover up my leg, even if I do get like a cover in the shape of like a normal leg, it would it will always look different. It will never look the same. For example, I can maybe show you. So as you can see, like, I've got both knees bent right now. This one is way longer than that one. So if I would sit down, and even if I have like my trousers over it and I have a special cover, you would still see that this leg is longer. So you would still see there is a difference. But it's the same with like wearing longer trousers and just walking around. You will see I walk different. Even though if it's just a small difference between me and other people walking, you will still see it. And it's just like, if I would just wear like long trousers, like people say, it's very thin, so it will be over it and it will be like really wide and moving around, and I just don't like the look of it. And if other people do want to cover it up, I'm like, just do it if you feel more comfortable with that. Because one of the facts is, more people will ask me what happened to my leg, more people will ask me like, oh, what's that, more people will stare at me. But I'm strong enough to deal with that, and I'm okay with people looking at me, and I'm okay with answering questions from little kids and from adults as well. Because I think talking about your disability, opening up about it, breaks a kind of I don't really know how to say it, but it's still, people are afraid to ask, people are afraid to talk about it. And the more we talk about it, the more you see it, the more normal it will get. Because I'm still pretty normal. I'm not normal, but that's not because of my leg. And my leg doesn't change me because I'm still a human being. So that's why I don't cover up my leg. So yeah, that's basically it. I really want to thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed it and if you want to see more videos of me, please subscribe on my channel and give this video a thumbs up. And please let me know in the comments what you think about this subject. I really love you guys, and I will see you next time.